My name is Tamadher, and I'm a mad Arabian woman. My madness was derived from a series of social encounters with some people would brag about certain things in our religion that would seem more in men's favor and less degrading for women. How they lack sense because of their emotional nature, how they are weak and therefore in a constant need for a male escort to help and protect. The flaws in women didn't stop at that point. It didn't start from that either. Without limiting it to the Arab cultures, but in so many other cultures, women are considered evil. I mean, come on, how many men of you around here think that a lady, at least one lady that you met, that you thought of her as one evil person? Show hands. Yeah, good. Mother-in-laws? Yes? There you go. Throughout history, women have been accused of witchcrafts in some parts of the world. An era before Islam, Arabs felt ashamed when they had baby girls. And in many other cultures, it took them a long time to be worthy of education. The list goes on. Back to my own world, many people have warned me that hell would be populated by women because their gossip can create wars. And somehow, all the troubles that around the world would relate to their existence. All these statements left me so angry, wondering, is this who we really are? And what does Islam have to say about that? Why am I considered less of a creature in the name of my beliefs? I felt so weak, so irritated, confused, and hurt. I know that this is not what my religion stands for. And I know many people believe that. But in a man's world, what would a lady like me say to defend her case? Or to win an argument? Or to convince people otherwise? I'm just one insignificant person, aren't I? What you believe in could be the most powerful weapons people could use against you. It hits directly into your core. That hurt created a repressed anger in me until one day I decided to transform it into something productive yet entertaining. It began when I joined a zine workshop, a zine coming from the word magazine, which is self-published materials that people could use or create to dispute ideas, thoughts, and articles with the least cost possible. So, having my mind so occupied with my cultural frustrations, I thought to give my thoughts a voice. Diary of a Mad Arabian Woman was the first time when I unleashed the angry monster in me, tiptoeing on matters of cultural conflicts and religious misconceptions. Through the medium that I love, art, I felt that this diary lifted some weight off my back. And what I did as an anger management exercise had been uploaded online for the world to see. Honestly, I was afraid that it would trigger some intense feedback. But instead, it got so many responses like, "This is exactly how I feel," or "couldn't agree more." Later on, my little diary was exhibited in an online gallery dedicated for Muslim female artists around the world. And lately, I have spoken about it in a talk entitled Questioning the Veil, which is considered a brave step in the society I come from. I eventually realized that even some people would be selective in their own religion. Many people, on the other hand, gets it. Islam's fundamentals and principles, and most importantly, its caring stand for women. So where did this all madness came from? The story began a long time ago, even though my diary was a couple of years old. It began from an earlier phase of questioning. Growing up in a conservative family, yet being exposed to how my religion is being perceived within my world and the world outside, I started questioning what is right and wrong. What people interpret as a set on stone religious rules, and what was inherited as a cultural trait. Between what is considered forbidden and the idea of cultural taboo, many things lost their way for being defined. And I believe this could relate to everyone around here. I believe that this has a lot to do with the chain of thoughts and beliefs that we inherit from our parents and ancestors. Without being so sure in some issues, is the thing that we're holding from that chain was originally there in our belief, or is it just a result of generations of cultural habits add-ons? Sure, this questioning could be confusing. But even though with my modernized perspective on this, I didn't question to find faults in my belief. I questioned because I know some things are the way they are for a reason, a more profound reason for me to find better answers for people to say than this is just what my parents and grandparents had been doing forever. What is really interesting about Islam, which most people might not know about, is that it's a very thought-provoking religion. You know, something very different than we see in the media nowadays. It draws a clear line through main fundamentals and principles like praying and fasting, yet it maintained that flexibility that makes it a religion for all times. So, and not for a specific period. So in relatively minor topics, it didn't set some clear rules. It left it out open for the minds to wonder, question, and evaluate. Tradition, religion, and culture are so intertwined that sometimes, or even most of the times, you cannot really grab a pure individual thread. Therefore, questioning matters of identity and culture can make you feel lost. However, the journey of finding answers is what I believe that everyone should take in order to empower their true self and their profound belief. Such journeys could go on for the rest of our lives. And so, I have continued my journey when I went to UK to study MA in design. First, I was afraid that I would be framed within a typical image of Muslim. Someone who's probably a terrorist. And if not, then an introvert who might not accept people who are different from her. The little me decided to set the record straight, at least for the people who I'd encounter during my study. I didn't want to be anything else but myself. I wouldn't walk beside walls. I wouldn't hide. I wouldn't make friends only with Muslims. Instead, I know people from different majors, different religions, different cultures. I was the Muslim who smiles, for a change, and the hijab that reveals, but not cover my true personality. Looking at all what I did, my actions were mainly shaped by challenging stereotypes and participating in cultural reform. Because even though I was raised in a conservative house, I have been raised on this idea that I'm set on this earth for a reason. That I, who might be an insignificant person among billions of people, can make a significant impact. But sometimes you don't have to face challenges on your own. Creating a team that would share the same feelings with you could be your backbone whenever you lose hope. So while my mad diary was a work of my own, I had to collaborate with other people for another chapter in my life. When the political unrest was happening in Bahrain, I was still studying abroad. I was one of the Bahrainis who were watching from afar. I was the one who was not there. Somehow, I felt excluded because geographically, I wasn't sharing the same collective memory. So, as some would put it, the dreamer in me wasn't so crushed by reality. I came back believing that we could not be divided. And so I have started challenging a huge mountain of pain and sorrow in our society. So when I came back, I tried to gather a group of artists whom I knew and told them that I want to bring people together through our passion for art. Although we were neither established artists, nor we have any idea on how to solve social conflicts, we simply felt hurt seeing our families and circle of friends apart. And we felt like we're stuck in the middle, refusing to take sides. At that time, Ulafa'a was born, an initiative that literally means a group of people sharing common aims and feelings. Through our initiative, we have been raising awareness about reconciliation through arts and to promote freedom of expression through various means, creative means, far away from being violent. And at the same time, we wanted to celebrate our differences. But in a society that is mostly known by its sentimental and emotional nature, we Arabs surprisingly feel ashamed when we express our feeling in public. So our first interaction with the community was offering free hugs, a strange concept in the Arab world. Especially if it's a sign held by someone like me, a hijabi. So whoever might think that I threw my religious principles out of the window by doing this, I didn't. My sign was saying free hugs for girls. So you see people in our society greeting their friends and their families and hugging them, but not strangers. That could apply for other societies as well, for that matter. But this small gesture first received some shocked looks, some mumblings few times, then few hesitant people tried it, and suddenly you feel their sigh, showing their relief. And I'm sure you just experienced it because you just hugged the person next to you. I mean, I'm sure that felt some kind of relieving and liberating and therapeutic in a way, right? Later on, 4 or 5 people were standing beside us, holding our signs, offering other people hugs and high fives. From that moment on, our initiative was purely constructed on interactive work and storytelling, bridging the gap between people and the team, and at the same time, creating an art for the community and by the community. It's been over 1 year now since we have started, and more than 2 years since my mad diary. There had been times when I was thinking, what am I doing? There had been times when I had many people telling me that I had wishful thinking and asked me, why am I even bothered? Even so many people told me that I couldn't go anywhere. But surely, with a group of 12 young artists, we truly believed that art could bring society together again. Back to my own diary, it may not have reached the people whom I wanted to hear me the most. It didn't solve any conflicts that some people would have about Islam's, like Muslim or not Muslim. It's just a small thing that I did that I thought that it would touch at least few individuals along the way. Instead, it connected me to the world. It even brought me here to where I stand. Challenge never comes in easy terms. Sometimes it takes a long time to sink in. I may not have planted a forest like Jadaf, or created an open desk for kids who are needed. But, and I still think that I haven't done as much yet, but I think what I did could be a start of something really big. And what I believe is an idea worth spreading here is just how amazing madness could be if it was geared towards creativity, wherever it relies in. So, from here, I invite everyone to join me in a creative madness revolution, where every one of us could use their frustration as a fuel for productivity. And I can guarantee you, the world would definitely change. Thank you.